Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back to Dublin, Ireland.
Yes.
And today we are going to the Guinness Storehouse at St. James's Gate.
Yay! Can't wait to see the history behind Guinness, what the process is to make this amazing beer. It's one of my favorite, and I'm not much of a beer drinker, but this is one I can definitely enjoy.
Yep, and we've got a store in there, so
There is.
I'm excited to get a shirt.
Very immersive, so you'll really be able to go through the whole building. I can't remember if it's like 5 or 6 floors, but it's gonna be neat to experience the whole thing.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yes, and get our sample.
Yes, samples. So it looks like we start off on a self-guided tour. After you go through the shop, you kind of walk around and take a look at some of the ingredients and different things that's used in
To make this.
brewing.
Yeah. And I mean, it's super immersive. You know, as soon as you walk in, you're seeing words on the floor, you're seeing all the TVs, there's music playing, so it's attacking all of your senses, which is really neat. So should we check out how it's being made?
Yeah, let's go see. So Guinness starts with 4 main ingredients.
Water, barley, yeast,
And hops.
and hops. Yes.
Blended with, of course, their secret recipe.
Very, very secret, because otherwise everybody would be making it, right?
Truths. As we go through this, it's all so scientific.
It really is. I mean, there's such a specific process that needs to be followed in each step of the beer making process.
Yeah, I mean, it really all started with just a vision and signing a ridiculous 9,000 year lease.
That's scary. To me, you have to really think ahead, like, what if this doesn't work? There are some people, they do it and they see what happens.
Yeah, but between that, the location at St. James's Gate being so close to the water source coming down from the mountain.
And getting access to that water.
Right, and then of course growing their own yeast here. So all the yeast that goes into Guinness is grown specifically here at St. James's Gate for Guinness.
And they say even today, it still stems from the original one.
It's crazy. Wow. So yeah, we're learning a whole lot. Great history, but so scientific, so precise. We just had our first tasting experience. So they did instruct us to pass this down to additional generations.
Which I think we shall.
Yeah, so how are you supposed to expertly drink the Guinness?
Okay, so there's no sipping when it comes to a Guinness, just because, of course, the head is all the nitrogen. So you want to make sure you taste underneath that, and you just go ahead and put it back and taste it in your tongue.
Yep, hold it there for 3 seconds, and then when you swallow, you exhale through your nose, mouth closed.
Yes.
And then pro tip, because of the sweetness and contrasts with the barley and the hops for the bitterness, have a little piece of chocolate right afterwards.
Preferably from Guinness, right?
Yeah, really cool experience. That was fun. But it was the first taste test. So I think there's a couple of more
we
things
still have
to
a
do.
few more floors.
I mean, there's a cinema room here. There's the Guinness Academy over there.
There's a little Christmas shop behind us.
The Arthur Guinness Hub. So, I mean, if you're in Dublin, you have to come.
Have to. And give yourself a good 2 hours to really
So
tour
just
the whole
like the Jameson distillery that we went to, you've got to do it.
It's
Just
part
do
of the
both.
history.
Yeah. Well, after having a great time at the Guinness Storehouse, we made our way to Trinity College.
Yes, this is such a very popular destination here in Dublin. And of course, we're here to see the Book of Kells. So we're gonna go into the old library and check this out. We have tickets for 2:30.
Very cool. This is the campus. What else can you tell us about this campus?
Well, the campus was completed in 1592, so imagine the history that's here, and it's often called the mother of a university. It was modeled after the collegiate universities of Oxford and Cambridge, but this one is really, it's synonymous between Trinity College and University of Dublin, so you'll hear both of those terms being used for it.
Okay. All right, well, we are at our time, so let's get our tickets out and go in there.
Let's do it.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
The library, to me, was most impressive. Just the amount of literary work that's there. And then the preservation process. I mean, wow.
So we were talking inside, and gosh, with technology today, all of that knowledge, it's so accessible. You can find it right on your phone. So really, when I think about places like this where they depend on tours and people listening to the history behind it, many are just looking on their phone and reading it on their own. So times have changed for sure, but it's still so valuable to keep all of that history alive. Oh my gosh, look how big this guy is.
that's a big
Hello,
book.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I have an audiobook of the Iliad, and it takes up like no room on my phone. And Homer's work took up like
A whole section.
shelves
Yeah.
and shelves. Wild.
Yes.
But a really cool, chill, kind of humbling experience, just reflecting on humanity's work, just sitting
in the
there.
Book of Kells as well. I mean, to realize how old that is, and it's just sitting there in front of you. You could just see it. Ah, very impressive.
Yeah. So, a good stop if you're here. Quick stop. I mean, doesn't take
Yeah.
anything but an
Check
hour.
out the campus. It's gosh, to know it's so old. It's awesome.
Really solid time. Really good day. We just got out of a speakeasy, which apparently there's a big speakeasy culture here.
Yes, this one you have to come to. It's called the Vintage Cocktail Club. When you walk up to the door, it's super unassuming. All it has is a little sign, and it says letters VCC, and you have to ring the doorbell. Depending on what time you come in, they may be too busy, they may not answer. We must have just like come by at the right time, because we were able to walk in and sit at the bar. Our bartender was amazing. He was very informative. We had 2 drinks each. That was really cool, right? What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it really looked like an abandoned warehouse from the outside. But then you walk in, You go up these stairs and then you go back down some stairs. Really cool.
Yeah, it was like 3 different levels, and then it broke out into different rooms as well.
Yeah. So of course, you know, there's the regular bar scene. You go to Temple, you see all the bars and stuff. That's great.
It reminds me of like college.
Yeah, and it's
And
cool.
that's cool too.
But it's just so busy that you might not be able to get a seat and hang out and do whatever it is that you're doing. So these speakeasies are a fairly good option if you want something different.
Yeah, so I think we're going to try our next one, which is right behind us. So we are at the Westbury Hotel, and the bartender recommended this particular bar to us. So
yeah,
let's see what we think of this one.
It's been really cool, but regardless of how this bar turns out, we're going to end the video here so that if we have too many drinks...
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Yeah, but either way, thank you for joining another week with us here in Dublin. And if you're enjoying our stuff, go ahead and give us a like. And of course, check out one of these other great videos. We'll see you next time.
Bye.